So, all right, chat, we're watching another video here about only buffs. All the buffs and this huge announcement, this huge patch, this huge interview. Let's see what's going on.
A real quick video here, just going over basically what they said was going to be in the upcoming patch. I don't think they gave a specific date, just soon TM. So more rewarding maps. They said like 30% on the base rewards on the map will be better. 4 more new tower maps, so there's some variety there, and it's not the same one every time. Map boss tablets, add more map bosses to the maps. More bosses.
That's going to be big for a lot of people because they're complaining about the maps and the towers and how repetitive it was. So that's going to be really big for a lot of players.
Overall, they said not as many map bosses are spawning as they should. And I'm not sure how I feel about this. I feel like, I mean, it's whatever, I guess, but I feel like the amount of bosses in the game right now and how many waystones you get is actually a pretty good pacing. I think with this, it's going to be an overflow of waystones. I know, like, a lot of people won't like to hear that or whatever, but Strongbox is buffed. Fixed some clutter, maybe some more.
You know what I like about Lily? She like just says whatever she wants, and then she just says F it, whatever. She don't give an F what you guys think.
Effects are more visible. We'll see how that turns out. There's been mixed history of that in PoE 1. I'm sure it'll be a bit better. It'll probably still need a lot more work. Some explosions disappear if the monsters die. I don't think they were super specific about this. I'm sure some explosions will still say, but maybe not all of them are intended to. More out.
I did watch some of the interview, and they were actually talking explicitly about this. That it wasn't happening the way I believe that's what they're saying. They weren't happening the way they intended, so they're gonna tweak with the monsters exploding. And there's a big uproar in the community about how like you can't like the telegraph is not there, or like people would get angry when they go to loot something and there's a mobs that just blow up out of nowhere. So they were addressing this, and it seems like something is going to be changed about this.
Atlas zooming out. The map load time is improved, so like when you hit U to open your map, I think you get the spinning gears for a while. Should be improved. Delirium, fixed bug that caused monsters not spawn. Sometimes you'd spawn delirium and then just there's no extra monsters. Buff some splinters by 20%. 60% more often getting omens in rituals. So maybe I'll actually do ritual now. Buffed rarity from Expedition Shop. I don't know if that's going to be enough for Expedition. We'll see. Citadels spawn closer to center of Alice. Can see further away in Fog of War. They didn't actually buff the amount of citadels. And I think what the problem a lot of people had was they didn't go far enough out of the center of their Alice. Like, when I first started playing, I kind of stayed. I thought I went pretty far out, but it wasn't that far out. You have to go even further out. I think most people are just staying too close to the spawn and then like going in circles in maps, because you're kind of encouraged to go complete entire areas, right? You kind of go in a circle, you do all the towers, you add your tablets, you add all the mechanics, you go do all those maps. And at this point, you're like kind of going in a circle. Maybe the tower is in the wrong direction. You didn't just go straight one direction, because that's how you find the citadels, is by going straight one.
And if you're Elon Musk, you just skip everything. If you guys saw that video, he's trying to click stuff without following the line. He's just trying to click wherever. But this is not a problem for me personally, because I haven't been doing a lot of mapping. If you guys have been to our Twitch streams, PoE killed my computer. I have an Intel 14, so it's having issues. So it's in the shop right now, but this is a problem that a lot of people have been complaining about. So it's good to see. It's good to see changes getting implemented that the audience and the fan base are talking about. It shows that people, and everybody already knew this about GGG, right? That I've heard a lot of people from PoE 1 say that they're really good. But like as a new PoE player, it's great to see a developer care this much about their fan base.
One direction. And now you'll be able to see them better in Fog of War, so you can actually see them. 6 respawns in Arbiter for lower difficulty, and then I said they didn't give too many specifics here, but basically you get 6 respawns in Arbiter, and then I believe when you increase the difficulty of it on your Atlas, there's little nodes that it says boss difficulty, and it could go up to 4. And the more difficulty there is, the less portals you get. I don't know. I really like the idea of you get as many portals as you want on the boss, but if you die, you don't get loot or something. I mean, I kind of like this idea is okay too, if like the diminishing portals by difficulty, and then you need to do the highest difficulty for the best loot. Another unpopular thing, because people don't like to lose, but I think if you lose, you should lose. So
I get really pissed off if I kill the boss and I get no loot. But that's just me. You know, I die a lot, you know. And by the way, guys, I love these names she has. Lily Socks, Lily Toilet.
I hope that the good gear is considerably gated behind the higher difficulty with less portals. It's also just better for the economy.
But she is right.
Which,
you need
funnily
to
enough,
beat the game to get the good
get
loot.
to right here. Apparently, the third citadel is less common. People just die to it way more. So there's three citadel types, and they all have different fragment from it. And the third citadel, people were just dying to it way more. Not necessarily in a good way. It was like a bug or something. Something with the corpses exploding in the second phase when they shouldn't have been, and it wasn't clear. So yeah.
Again, it's going back to what they said about fixing the explosions overall. So this is one of the things they also addressed.
Apparently the third citadel isn't actually less common, but it's like triple the price because people die to it, therefore increasing scarcity. Having some barrier of entry in terms of difficulty on bosses is overall a good thing for the economy, because if there's no difficulty like in PoE 1, what ends up happening is it just becomes a gamble, and it's not really a fight that you look forward to thinking about the loot, because it's like, all right, I'm probably just gonna get not lucky here, and then I'm gonna lose money on the hardest content in the game. I don't think it should be possible to really lose money on a sustained period of time on the hardest content in the game. I don't know the state that's really in right now. I haven't paid too much attention to boss prices or something, but it would not surprise me at all. I heard a few streamers did sustained runs for like 8 hours or something, and they ended up losing money at the end of 8 hours. I feel like that should not be possible. And one way to do that is by having a barrier of entry to difficulty.
Here we get some juicy stuff coming up right here.
Lots of unique buffs. Less bad mods. So by this I mean on the item types, they're making it, they were kind of like unclear about this. Maybe I have to rewatch it, but they're, especially in the post talk afterwards with Gazzy and DM in the like podcast format, it was kind of confusing. I think they just mean overall item mods at like higher tiers. Then it started talking about like tiers and items, like your items can get like tier 1 through 5, like on things that you pick up off the ground, and those tiers that are like after the item name correlate to, you'll get higher and better mods, and then it'll cut out bad mods. And I don't know, I'm still not sure if they were referring to that or just overall in the overall weighting of mods, because each mod has a weighting, which means each mod has a different chance to roll. I think they're just changing the weightings of the overall modifiers. They mentioned like accuracy, like getting toned down because it's not as good as some other ones, and you want to,
I believe when they're also talking about this stuff, they were also brought up, maybe it was shortly after or maybe around there, but I do remember, because I watched parts of it, they also talked about how like with the increased mods and decreasing it, they're also going to be adding more slots to the belts, because it seems like everybody is talking about how you can't find any slot, like 2-3 slot belts. Everybody's running with like one, or like if you're lucky you have 2 charms on, but they said that was not intended. Like they're supposed to be more frequently having more slots on these belts. So that's another thing that's gonna be added as well that I'm really hyped about, because I have not been lucky enough to find a 2 slotter, and it really bothers me.
on it less often. So we'll see what ends up happening there, and we don't actually know exact weightings right now because they are not client side and they are not data mineable, so we don't actually know. Runes overridable. Thank God, this is like the biggest change here for me. You can not take runes out, but you just overwrite them, right?
That's gonna be sweet. I do like that as well. I was like pretty hyped when I heard that. because it sucks that it's just like you put it in there. It's like, oh, well, it is what it is, huh?
Monster Dead and Dead can't be used off screen. God damn it.
What's she doing? What's she
It
doing?
was going so smooth until now. Now I can't find the thing again. It's over. Dislike the video.
Right there. I found
Do
it.
not subscribe. Leave an angry comment. Various monsters are nerfed, like the monkey that one-shots. They went through and did a balance pass on those guys, like the monkey and Jungle Ruins in Act 3. Finally.
Dude, when they said that, I was like so like relieved because I thought that was like how it was supposed to be. And I was like, I would do that boss so many times when I was getting one-shotted, and I was just getting so pissed off by that monkey. Pisses me off.
Console filters are coming. I really don't know how they launched the game.
Again, this one too in the chat. If you're watching it, the console bros went live. They're going crazy in the live chat when this happened, and everybody was just roasting on them like, "You guys suck. You guys suck. You don't have filters. Oh man, it must be sucking to play for you guys." And have you seen like the screenshot? There's like one on, I think, on Reddit. It's going around, maybe on X as well. It's like the picture of the no filter for the console people in the breaches, and it is brutal to see that photo, dude. Just think about like my ADHD. I'm like, oh, I want to pick up everything.
Game with no console filters. It is just absolutely crazy. Super crazy. I don't know. It's weird. They spend so much like focus on consoles, and then something I feel like maybe not relatively simple, but it already exists in PoE1 console, so. And the filter system is the same, but I guess not the back end or something, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It's like this no filter in the end game makes the game basically unplayable. Like, it also drastically reduces performance, because something people might not know is when you're using a filter, it actually, well, the items it hides, it does not render the item. So when you're doing a breach and it's spawning thousands of items, those are all being rendered if you don't have a filter, and it will drastically decrease performance. So this is actually a pretty big performance buff to endgame console players. Armor buffs, they said it's probably not going to
I didn't know that. So all these people who are saying that their PoE is frying the motherboard, they definitely need to be filtering more, huh?
be enough, but they're gonna do more research on it.
When they brought up the armor thing and they're talking about warriors, dude, they're just like, I don't know. We don't know how to make warriors play in this game. They like legit just said, we don't know. Warriors, we don't know. It's like, what?
Basically. Charm charge visual, so you know, Flask, you get the little bar and you can tell how many charges it has. There's gonna be numbers.
This would be sweet.
And a little charge bar on your charms now. Major balance
plus for that.
With a new leg later, so yeah, no major nerfs or anything outside of maybe a few things. They were kind of vague on that. We'll see, but they really implied they didn't want to do any major balance changes until a new fresh start later. And just to clarify for anybody who is still confused about this, your characters here, they're not going to be wiped. They will just simply be in the previous league, and they're still playable if you want to play them. And then the fresh start will be just a fresh start that you can play new characters, and you can still play your old characters, just not on the fresh start servers. Map tab soon is what.
Which I thought was kind of lame, to be honest. Like, it kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that.
What they said. And then these are some rapid fire questions that were in the like post talk thing, that are not necessarily in the new patch, but they said they're doing. It's not all they said, but I feel like those are the most important / had the most definitive answers and weren't like hypotheticals. Alice Search, they said, yeah, we're going to get to it at some point, so it is coming. Ultimatum, Tornado Bird, nerfed. They seem like they think it's in the upcoming patch, but wasn't 100% clarity on that, so probably in the next patch, but not sure. Rare monster backtracking is acknowledged as bad, and I'm assuming they will change this at some point. They didn't have any specifics, but they very clearly acknowledged that it's bad. I don't believe they gave any specific date. I heard some rumors by the end of the week or something.
I don't think they gave a date either. Like I said, watched part of it. I didn't see a date when all this is happening. It was just like a huge patch that's gonna be coming out.
But yeah, this is what's upcoming and my thoughts on it. Leave an angry comment.
So I think so one of the big things are like the runes are gonna be huge, right? The mapping is gonna be big stuff. Kind of, I don't know about I have to go back as well and re-listen to it. But like she said, it sounds like we're gonna be able to play our characters on a different server than when the new season comes out with the new launch. And it kind of feels kind of lame because you're putting a lot of time into it now. So I'm not sure if like after the next season, like when we're like 2 seasons in, maybe we could migrate those characters onto that. But it does seem a little weird to be playing like that, you know. But this is a huge info. These are huge news, huge patches coming out. So it's great to see the community going to be getting just exactly what we've been kind of asking for. I wish you would have talked about it here. I do remember them talking about the auction house, and I had to like do something during that time, so I'll maybe go back and watch it again, like fully watch the whole thing, like from start to finish. But they talked about the auction house. I hope we get it. But I do think they said no. I do think they said no, or they said we've been talking about it or something like that. But I have to go back and rewatch that whole video. But I don't think we're gonna get it. But your boy could hope. Your boy could hope. But all right, guys, that's the video. Make sure you guys go, if you're not already following Lily, go give her a like and a comment, angry comment, a follow and a like, and that's the video. So if you guys are here on Twitch, we're gonna watch another video, and then we're getting into our Marvel Rivals content. And then if you guys are on YouTube, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Have a great night, and I appreciate you guys being here.